There are some ongoing efforts to help adults with autism get into the workplace. Scenic View Academy in Provo says it'll work with parents who have not qualified for state funding. SUZANNE GRIMSHAW is the admissions director of Scenic View Academy, and Jared Stewart is the director of education at the school and on the Utah Developmental Disabilities Council. Good morning. Thank you both for being here.
Oh, thanks.
Glad to be here.
Your reaction to that report?
Well, I would say that it's heartbreaking. And it's difficult to see parents who are struggling, and they're right in the fact that there isn't a lot that's, historically been out there for young adults and adults who are on the autism spectrum. And that's the need that our founders saw 15 years ago, and that's why Scenic View came into being.
Jared, you've got two siblings on the autism spectrum, so you have a unique perspective on this. What is out there for adults to get help?
Well, and that's the trick. Autism is a spectrum, and you've probably heard that phrase. But that means that it's, especially the way it's defined now, it's a very wide range. And so you'll have individuals who are nonverbal and may not even be able to do things like potty training or really basic skills of living like that, and other individuals who go on to become literally rocket scientists and so on and so forth, and everything in between. And so there isn't a lot out there, and so in terms of autism as a whole, what is out there tends to treat autism in chunks. Yeah. And a lot of it is for parents then to find that chunk that fits their child and to direct their efforts toward getting those services in whatever way that they can.
Well, I'm sure this morning people are going, Scenic View, I've never even heard of that. Where is that? It's nestled down in Provo. What do you offer?
Well, we look at the individual, and it's an individualized program that we offer each of our students. And we have 4 areas, we call them 4 paths that we have our students work on. And our goal ultimately is for the student to be able to reach whatever level of independence that their goals that they have made for themselves are. And so we work with our students in employment, education. We also have a
residential, educational. We've got.
So you got all kinds of things. So if you're somewhere on the spectrum, you can contact the school and say, hey, what can you do for me?
Yes, we're always, glad to talk to individuals, and if Scenic View is not a good fit for that individual, that's my job, is to help provide other things that they can and other avenues to pursue with those with their children. And there are opportunities there. I mean, we see this story, and folks who their children are growing older and they're fearing, I'm not going to be out of money. I've got a job. I've got kids at home. What are my options? You tell them what.
Well, there are several local hubs that can be found throughout the state of Utah where people can come for information. If you're in the Salt Lake area, the University of Utah has an excellent resources list through their home program and so forth. If you're down in Utah County, I'm part of the UVU Melissa Nelson Center for Autism, and they're wanting to be a resource hub there. Statewide, you've got the Autism Council of Utah, which Lori Anderson's on. You've got Easter Seals, United Way. There are just called 211 even with United Way. They're wanting to be more of a hub there as well.
And before you want people to just settle into despair, you want them to call you up and say, hey, what options do you have for me?
Right, and I think if I were to give any advice to a parent, it would be don't give up. Oftentimes it's a discouraging and very lonely path. There are resources out there for people. If you get on Facebook, for example, you can find support groups, and oftentimes I belong to a lot of those groups. Yeah. And a lot of times when you're feeling like there's no options, there's someone else there that can pick you up. And just stay determined and recognize that there is hope. Yeah. And that your child can have a more independent life.
It is nice to know that there are options. Jared, SUZANNE, thank you both for being here. And Scenic View Academy is no longer a secret. and hopefully people will see that as an option to get some help. Thank you again.
Thanks.
Thank you.